Good morning, students. So, welcome to today's morning class. Once again, I am in front of you with a new topic, that is heredity. Okay? So, are you ready? Okay, good. Heredity. So, today's topic is heredity. So, all of you know that the genetics, you have heard the word genetics. So, it is a branch of biology where we study about heredity and variation. Now, you should know what is heredity. Okay. So, let us see what is heredity. What is the meaning of heredity? That is transmission of characters from parents to their offsprings. Okay? That is transfer of character from the parents to their offspring. That is called the heredity. Okay? So, here you have to remember the term. One is heredity. DT. The next term is variation. Variation. So, what is variation? We know that no two individuals are exactly alike. The dissimilarities are called the variation. Okay? Though we get the DNA or the chromosome from our parents, but not exactly identical to our parents. In basic structure, we are alike, but if you compare with our parents, with our brothers and sisters, we are not sorry, we are not identical to our brothers or sister or to our parents. It is due to variation. Now, here one important point you have to remember, that how variation arise. Okay? The variation arise due to one is mutation. Mutation. Okay? So, what is mutation? That is error. Error in copying of DNA. Copying of DNA. Second, mutation, second variation arise due to exchange of genetical material. Exchange of genetical material. And this exchange of genetical material will take place at the time of gamete formation in sexual reproduction. That already I have explained to you in yesterday's class. The third condition, that is environmental factor. Mental factors. So these are the conditions sorry, which arise variation. Already yesterday I told you variation is very important for the survival of an organism in the environment. Okay? Now, this variation also help in evolution. Now, some variations are good for the organism and some variations are harmful for the organisms. Okay? And some variations may transfer from parents to their offspring, and some variations are not transferred to their offsprings. Okay? So, I hope you got an idea about what is heredity and what is variation. Okay? Next important point that you have to remember, that Gregor Johann Mendel, okay, Gregor Johann Mendel. So he was the first man to work on genetics. Okay, he was the first man. He said that characters are transferred from the parents to their children. Okay, characters are transferred from the parents to their offspring or to their children. Offspring means children. Okay, that's why this Georg Johann Mendel is regarded as the father of genetics. He is regarded as the father of genetics. So this is important, father of genetics. Genetics. So this question may arise, okay, then who is the father of genetics? So Georg Johann Mendel. Now this Georg Johann Mendel, he performed many experiments, and for his experiment he selected one plant, okay, and which plant he selected? He selected garden pea. He selected garden pea. And the biological name of garden pea is Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum. Okay, Pisum sativum. So here what we came to know, that who is the father of genetics? Father of genetics, Georg Johann Mendel. Okay, what tool Mendel selected for his experiment? Garden pea he selected. Okay, and biological name of garden pea is Pisum sativum. Now next important point that you have to keep in mind, that how many characters, how many pairs of character Mendel observed in garden pea. So he observed 7 pairs of contrasting characters in garden pea, like the height of the pea plant, like color of the flower, okay, position of the flower. In this way he observed 7 pair of contrasting character. So important point, once again let's see what is heredity. That is transmission of characters from the parents to their offspring. Next is variation. What is variation? No two individuals are alike, okay, and these dissimilarities are known as variation. And what condition or what arises, or what factor arises variation? That is, one is mutation. And what is mutation? That is error in copying of DNA, exchange of genetical material, and environmental factors. Okay. After that you have to remember who is the father of the genetics? Georg Johann Mendel. He is regarded as father of genetics. An experimental tool he used, that is garden pea, and biological name of garden pea is Pisum sativum. And how many pair of characters he observed in garden pea? That is 7 pair of contrasting traits in pea plant. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. Okay, next. Okay. Now he performed many experiments on garden pea, and he gave one principle. Now you have to remember the principle given by the Mendel. The principle given by the Mendel is known as principle of inheritance. This is another important point. Principle of inheritance. Principle of inheritance. So question may arise, who gave the principle of inheritance? That is by the Mendel. This principle is given by Mendel. Okay. Now under this principle of inheritance, 3 laws are there, 3 laws. It includes 3 laws. So, one is called law of dominance, second law is law of segregation, and third one is law of independent assortment. Independent assortment. Okay. So, these are the laws given by the Mendel, and these laws come under the principle of inheritance. Okay. Okay. So, before going into the depth of this chapter, okay, now you should know some terminologies associated with this principle of inheritance or involved in genetics. Okay, let us discuss some terminologies used in genetics. Okay. First terminology, that is dominant. What do you mean by dominant? Let's see. One, you have to remember dominant. Second term you should know, recessive. Okay. Dominant means what? Those characters that express, okay, the character that can express, that means visible. Now, those characters which fail to express, that is not visible, that means they remain hidden, okay, it is suppressed by the dominant character. तो इसको हम ऐसे भी समझ सकते हैं, मान लीजिए आप क्लास 10 के स्टूडेंट्स हो, आप सीनियर स्टूडेंट्स हो, ओके, और आपके सामने मान लीजिए ये आप क्लास 10 का एक स्टूडेंट हो, ठीक है, और आपके सामने ये एक क्लास 6 का स्टूडेंट है, ठीक है, ये क्लास 6 का स्टूडेंट आपके सामने है, तो आप जो बोलोगे वही ये जूनियर जो स्टूडेंट है सुनेंगे, ओके, इसके पास इतना साहस नहीं है जो आपको रिप्लाई दे, ठीक है, तो दिस सीनियर स्टूडेंट यू कैन कंपेयर विथ व्हाट? डोमिनेंट, एंड दिस जूनियर स्टूडेंट यू कैन कंपेयर विथ व्हाट? रिसेसिव. एम आई राइट? ओके. अभी ये रिसेसिव वाला जो कैरेक्टर है, ये जो क्लास 6 का जो स्टूडेंट है, ये कब अपना मुंह खोलेगा? when he or she is present in front of the class 6 student. When both are class 6 student, then they will express. Okay. Now here both are recessive. मान लीजिए आपने इस जूनियर स्टूडेंट को बोले हो जे मेरे लिए एक गिलास पानी लेके आओ, तो ये जूनियर वाला जो स्टूडेंट है शुभ सब आपका बात मानेंगे और आपके लिए पानी लेके आएंगे. लेकिन मान लीजिए इस कंडीशन में दोनों क्लास 6 का स्टूडेंट है, इसने बोला इसको जो मेरे लिए पानी लेके आओ, ठीक है, तो ये क्या जवाब देगा? मैं तुम्हारा नौकर हूं क्या? मैं तुम्हारे लिए क्यों पानी लाऊं? दैट मीन्स हियर बोथ आर एक्सप्रेसिंग, ये भी एक्सप्रेस हो रहा है और ये भी एक्सप्रेस हो रहा है. एम आई क्लियर? नाउ आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज डोमिनेंट. सो डोमिनेंट विल एक्सप्रेस, बट रिसेसिव कैनॉट एक्सप्रेस in presence of dominant. When this recessive character will express, this recessive character will express only in presence of the dominant. Is it clear? Okay. So these dominant characters are expressed or can be written with capital letter. We use capital letter to represent dominant character, and we use a small letter, okay, a small letter to represent the recessive. For example, to represent tall, we are using capital T. To represent dwarf, that is shortness, we are using a small t letter. Okay? Okay. Next terminology that you have to remember is genotype and phenotype. Okay? Now let's see what is genotype or phenotype. First, phenotype. Phenotype. Phenotype means was those characters which are visible from the outside, that is externally visible characters, externally. Visible character. For example, the color of the flower, sorry, color of the flower, the height of the pea plant, okay, height of the human being, color of the eye, these characters are visible from the outside. So such character will be called as phenotype. Okay, phenotype. Now what is genotype? Genotype. Genotype means you have to remember one thing, every character, okay, one character or any character it may be. So character is controlled by one gene. Okay, character is controlled by one gene. For example, the height of the pea plant is tall. This is character. Okay, and this tall character is regulating or controlling by a gene. And to represent this tall character, I am using the gene. I am representing the gene like this, capital T, capital T. Okay, because now the question may arise, why I am using 2T here, why not 1T? Because this tall plant, it is the product of the sexual reproduction, This is individual. Okay, so in the individual, one chromosome or one DNA comes from father and one chromosome comes from the mother. Okay, same way, for example, dwarf, character is dwarf, and this dwarf character will be represented by the gene small t. Okay, this tall character may also express like this, capital T, small t. We will come to this part later. Okay, so simply what you have to remember here, what is phenotype? The visible characters of an organism are called phenotype, and the gene that controls that character will be its genotype. Okay, next term that you have to remember is homozygous. And second term is heterozygous. Okay, homo means what? Same. When both the genes, now see in this case both the genes are TT, capital TT. Okay, so such condition will be called as homozygous. Both the gene will be of same type. Homozygous. But if one gene is capital and one gene is small letter, okay, then we call it as a heterozygous condition. Let us take another example. The color of a flower, one is red, okay, and one is white. flower. Now here I am saying that red is dominant, okay, and white is recessive. What I said, the dominant character is written with what? Capital letter R, and recessive character is represented by the small r. Okay, as it is a plant, as it is an individual, so it should contain 2 gene or 2 allele like this. Okay, like this it will be, because it is an individual. So one comes from the father and one comes from the mother. Ones come from the father and ones come from the mother. Is it clear to you? Yes? Next. Okay. So, Mendel performed different experiment, different crosses. So, he performed monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Now, let us see what is monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Okay, before that, I would like to explain you what is gene, what is DNA. Okay, so let's see. We have a cell. Let us consider this is as cell, and this is our nucleus, and inside the nucleus we know that we have DNA. So, I am showing 2 DNA. Okay. Now, you are getting 2 terms, one is DNA and one is gene. Okay. DNA is called genetic material. And gene is called hereditary or genetic unit. Okay, it is called as unit. That means, suppose this is a DNA, the part of the DNA will be called as gene. So, this is gene, this is gene, but whole one will be called as DNA. Okay, and every gene is responsible for controlling one character. So, हर एक कैरेक्टर को कंट्रोल करने के लिए एक एक जीन होता है, और ये सभी जीन मिलकर एक डीएनए बनता है. एंड डीएनए कहाँ पाया जाता है? न्यूक्लियस के अंदर. और न्यूक्लियस कहाँ होता है? हमारे बॉडी सेल में. ओके, और जर्म सेल में होते हैं. आई होप ये पार्ट भी आपको समझ में आया होगा. ओके, दूसरा बात और एक आपको याद रखना है यहाँ पर, हैप्लॉइड एंड डिप्लॉइड. जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं, ऑर्गेनिजम्स जैसे मेल, ओके, मेल, सो ऑर्गेनिज्म, फीमेल organism. Okay, so here chromosome, regarding the chromosome, here 2 sets of chromosome will be there, because one sets of chromosome come from the father and one sets of chromosome will come from the mother. So it is called diploid. That condition is known as diploid. And this diploid condition is represented by twice n. Female, it is also an individual. Okay, so female will also be a diploid organism है, ये भी diploid होगा. तो यहाँ पर भी one set of chromosome will comes from father and another set of chromosome will come from the mother. So here also it is diploid. So yesterday I told you in sexual reproduction variation takes place. and in the sexual reproduction only the gametes come from the parents, okay, to produce the offspring. So from the male gametes will come, okay, male gametes will come, and same way from the female gamete will come, okay, female gametes will come. Now these gametes are always in haploid. Gametes will always be in haploid, and haploid condition can be represented by N. So here N. Now here one important question may arise, that how this organism or what type of cell division takes place to produce the gametes, okay, to produce the gametes, and how this chromosome get reduced to half. See, in this gamete formation the chromosome number reduced to half, okay. How is it possible? Because at the time of gamete formation, meiosis division will take place. Meiosis. Keep it in mind. Okay, meiosis division takes place, and due to this meiosis division, the chromosome number reduced to half. Okay, तो यहाँ पर आपको क्या याद रखना है, इंडिविजुअल्स जो ऑर्गेनिज्म है वो डिप्लॉइड में होते हैं, और ऑर्गेनिज्म से जो गैमेट्स बनता है वो हैप्लॉइड होता है, और हैप्लॉइड बनने के लिए कौन सा सेल डिवीजन होता है, मियोसिस होता है, इसको याद रखना है। और मियोसिस होने से क्या होगा, क्रोमोसोम नंबर गेट रिड्यूस टू हाफ, एंड दैट कंडीशन इज नोन एज हैप्लॉइड कंडीशन। ओके, क्योंकि सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में ओनली द गैमेट्स फ्रॉम आवर पेरेंट्स टेक पार्ट टू प्रोड्यूस द ऑफस्प्रिंग्स। ओके, अब आते हैं मेंडल ने किस तरह से एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था। तो उन्होंने अलग अलग क्रॉस किया था, मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस, डाइहाइब्रिड क्रॉस। तो इन योर बुक्स two types of crosses are given, one is monohybrid cross and second one is dihybrid cross. So in monohybrid cross only one character will be considered, okay, and in dihybrid cross two characters will be considered. Now let us see what is monohybrid cross. So monohybrid, mono means single, monohybrid, hybrid cross. Okay, so mono means single, only one character will be considered. Okay, single, clear? Okay, so one character, let us take one character. Any character you can take. So Mendel took the character height, the height of the pea plant, height of pea plant. And in the height of the pea plant, he observed two contrasting traits. Yes, one is tall and one is dwarf. Short, dwarf means short. Okay, now here the tall character is what, dominant, and this dwarf character is recessive. Okay, recessive. So this tall is what, phenotype, and this dwarf is what, phenotype, because we can see them. The height of the pea plant is visible from the outside. Okay, so it's a phenotype. Now, to represent this phenotypic character, he used the letter capital T, capital T. To represent this recessive character dwarf, he used the letter small t, small t. Already I told you recessive characters are represented or shown by small letter. So, here he used 2 small letter. Okay. And why I am using 2 letters here? Because it is an individual, because it is in what? Diploid condition. Diploid condition, these are individuals, am I right? Okay. Now, he performed cross. So, this is considered as a parent generation. This part will be called as parent. Parent. So, let us consider this tall as a male. इसको हम मेल पकड़ लेते हैं और इसको बोलते हैं फीमेल, इसको फीमेल कंसिडर कर लेते हैं. ओके. ऑलरेडी आई टोल्ड यू in sexual reproduction only the gametes will take part to produce the offspring. Okay. So, the gametes are always what? Already I told you gametes are already what? Gametes are haploid. Okay. Gametes are haploid and parents are what? They are in diploid condition. So, what will be the half of this? It will be what? Capital T, capital T. Okay. So, they will get separated. This allele pair will get separated. Okay. So, this is one gamete and this is another gamete. Okay. So, haploid, haploid. So, gametes are haploid. Same way, from this plant also the gamete will produce. Gamete will produce. So, these are the gametes. Okay. Now, he performed cross pollination. He performed cross pollination. So, yesterday in my class I told you what is cross pollination and self pollination. So, cross pollination, transfer of pollen grains from one flower to the another flower. Okay. So, pollen grain will be transferred from this tall plant to the dwarf plant. Okay. So, after pollination, fertilization will take place and development of seed will takes place. Okay. Now, let us see. Now, cross them, male with female. So, what he will get? Capital T, small t. Again, this one is male gamete, always male gamete fuse with female gamete, then capital T, small t again. Now, this one, this gamete will fuse with this gamete, capital T, small t. Okay. Again, this gamete, male gamete will fuse with this female gamete. Okay. Now, what he observed, that after growing all these seeds, okay, he observed that all pea plants, all are tall. That means 100% tall plant he obtained. 100% tall plant he obtained. Okay. Is it clear, this part? And this part will be called as, this is the first generation. So, this will be called as F1 generation. Okay. Once again, let us see what is monohybrid cross. The cross where single character, is considered. Okay. Single character is considered. That type of cross is known as monohybrid cross. And Mendel took one character, that is the height of the pea plant, and in the height of the pea plant he observed the contrasting traits tall and dwarf. Okay. And in F1 generation, what he observed, that all the pea plants were tall, not a single plant was dwarf. एक भी pea plant dwarf नहीं निकला. He was surprised by seeing this observation. इसके बाद after this he selected 2 plants from the F1 generation. Any 2 plants he selected from the F1 generation. Okay. Now let's see what happened in next generation. So next slide. Okay. तो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में आते हैं. ही सिलेक्टेड एनी 2 प्लांट्स. F1 जनरेशन का कोई 2 प्लांट्स लिया उन्होंने. एक मान लीजिए एक ये रहा और दूसरा ये उन्होंने सिलेक्ट किया. ठीक है. फिर इनसे ये F1 जनरेशन का, ठीक है, प्रोडक्ट था. तो फिर F1 जनरेशन ये इंडिविजुअल है, ऑर्गेनिज्म है, तो यहाँ से गैमेट बनेगा. तो फिर दोबारा हम गैमेट बनाते हैं. तो कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी. यहाँ से भी गैमेट बनेगा, कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी. सो दीज आर द गैमेट्स. अब उन्होंने क्या किया? सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन होने के लिए दिया. ठीक है, सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन होने के लिए दिया. अब इसको हम ऐसे दिखाते हैं, पानेट स्क्वायर में दिखाते हैं इसको. ठीक है, इसको बोलते हैं, जब हम इसको पॉसिबल प्रोजेनी को हम ग्राफिकली रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, देन वी कॉल इट पानेट स्क्वायर. तो इसका गैमेट यहाँ पर प्लेस करते हैं, मेल गैमेट को, कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी. तो यहाँ पर ये इसको फीमेल मान लेते हैं, तो यहाँ पर रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी. ओके, नाउ क्रॉस देम. ओके, टी टी and you write it here. Next, capital T small t, you write it here. Then next again small t capital T. Always write the capital letter first, then small t small t. Is it clear? दोबारा देखिए, कैपिटल टी को किसके साथ क्रॉस किया हम लोगों ने? फीमेल गैमेट के साथ. फिर इसको किसके साथ क्रॉस किया? इसके साथ. ओके, फिर इसको इसके साथ क्रॉस किया, ये इसको इसके साथ क्रॉस किया, ये पाया गया. ओके, तो यहाँ पर ये है क्या है? जीनोटाइप. सो दीज आर द जीनोटाइप. सो व्हाट विल बी द फिनोटाइप? कैपिटल टी कैपिटल टी. व्हाट विल बी द कैरेक्टर एक्सप्रेस हियर? एनीवन? कैन एनीवन रेस्पॉन्स? कोई बोल सकते हैं कौन सा कैरेक्टर यहां पर एक्सप्रेस होगा? कैपिटल टी है. एनीवन? यस, गुड, वेरी गुड, टॉल. अब बोलिए इसका क्या हो सकता है? इसका क्या होगा? फिनोटाइपिक कैरेक्टर. एनीवन? यस, गुड, यहाँ भी टॉल होगा. ओके, सो यहाँ भी क्या होगा? टॉल. लेकिन यहाँ पर कौन सा कैरेक्टर दिखाएंगे? फिनोटाइपिक कैरेक्टर इज व्हाट? ड्वार्फ. ड्वार्फ. ओके, ड्वार्फ. नाउ हियर सी, in this case both are dominant. Both are dominant, that's why the dominant character is expressing. Now in this case what happened? One is capital T, one is small t. So here which character is expressing? Dominant character. And dominant character is what? Tall. That's why tall character is expressing. So in this case what? Both are recessive. दोनों recessive है. That's why the recessive character dwarf is expressing. Okay? Now, so this is what F2 generation, next generation, F2 generation. Okay. Now you have to find it out, the phenotypic and genotypic ratio. Now let us see how to find phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio. Phenotype को देखना है आपको. Phenotype. How many tall plants are here? 3 tall plants. 3 tall plants. Phenotype. 3 tall plants. So 3:2. How many dwarf plant? Okay, in F2 only 1. So phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Now let us see the genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio. Now you have to see the genotype. Okay, not phenotype, genotype. Capital T, capital T. How many are capital T, capital T? Only one. Capital T is only one. Next. How many are capital T, small t? Capital T, small t कितना है यहाँ पर?
2.
Yes, good.
2 है 2.
Yes, 2. Then next, small t कितना है? Small t 1. So ratio क्या हो गया? 1. So what is the genotypic ratio? 1:2:1. Okay? Is it clear? किस तरह से हम जीनोटाइपिक और फिनोटाइपिक रेशियो निकालेंगे? तो इस तरह से निकाला जाता है. अभी अगर मैं क्वेश्चन पूछता हूं, व्हाट इज द मोनोहाइब्रिड रेशियो? मोनोहाइब्रिड रेशियो क्या होगा? दिस इज ए मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस. ये मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस था. तो मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस का रेशियो क्या है? मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस का रेशियो क्या होगा? देन ऑलवेज वी हैव टू गो फॉर फिनोटाइपिक रेशियो. ओके, फिनोटाइपिक रेशियो ही मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस का रेशियो होगा. सो मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस का रेशियो कितना है? 3:1. इज इट क्लियर? किस तरह से हम जीनोटाइपिक फिनोटाइपिक रेशियो निकालते हैं. ओके और दूसरा बात आता है परसेंटेज में. अगर पूछते हैं, क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है परसेंटेज में, हाउ मेनी, व्हाट परसेंटेज ऑफ टॉल प्लांट, व्हाट परसेंटेज ऑफ ड्वार्फ प्लांट अपीयर इन F1. सो F1 में कितना परसेंट टॉल प्लांट है, कितना परसेंट ड्वार्फ प्लांट है. ओके, सो परसेंटेज में अगर हम देखते हैं तो ये पूरा 100% मान लीजिए. इसको 25 मानते हैं. 25 और ये हो गया 25. टोटल इज 100%. सो व्हाट परसेंट टॉल प्लांट अपीयर? 25 प्लस 25 प्लस 25, that is what? 75% tall plant, tall, and 25%, okay, 25% will be dwarf. Okay, 75% is tall and 25% is dwarf. So this is the result of F2. In F1 generation, what percentage? What is the percentage of tall plant? That is 100% tall. 100% tall appeared in F1 generation. Okay. In F2, 75% tall and 25% dwarf. क्योंकि F1 में कोई dwarf character express नहीं हो रहा था. Not a single plant was dwarf. That's why all were tall plant. That's why 100% tall है. रेशियो क्या क्या मिला हमें? फिनोटाइपिक रेशियो. फिनोटाइपिक रेशियो क्या है हमारा? दैट इज 3:1. 3 क्या है? 3 किसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है? दैट इज टॉल ड्वार्फ. अभी आते हैं जीनोटाइपिक रेशियो. जीनोटाइपिक, व्हाट इज द जीनोटाइपिक रेशियो वी गॉट? दैट इज 1:2:1. ओके, 1 किसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, दैट इज कैपिटल टी, 2 किसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी, एंड 1 किसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, स्मॉल टी। एंड व्हाट इज द मोनोहाइब्रिड रेशियो, मोनोहाइब्रिड रेशियो क्या होगा, 3:1. Okay, so this is all about the monohybrid cross that is done by the Mendel. अभी एनी कैरेक्टर, कोई भी कैरेक्टर लेके आपको एग्जाम में पूछ सकता है। ओके, सो सेम प्रोसीड्योर आपको अप्लाई करना है यहाँ पर। दूसरा एक कैरेक्टर लेते हैं, लेट्स से, लेट अस टेक अनदर एग्जांपल। ये आपको करना है अभी और आंसर आपको देना है इस बार, ठीक है, करेंगे आप लोग, आर यू रेडी? तो आपको मैं दे रहा हूं कैरेक्टर रेड फ्लावर एंड व्हाइट फ्लावर, और यहां पर बोल रहा हूं द व्हाइट फ्लावर इज रिसेसिव and this red flower is dominant, okay, red flower is dominant. Okay, so this is what phenotype. So what will be the genotype for this dominant red? Anyone, can anyone? कौन सा जीनोटाइप होगा इसके लिए? और ये बोल रहा हूं होमोजाइगस रेड है, होमोजाइगस रेड। व्हाइट भी क्या है, होमोजाइगस व्हाइट है। No. Okay, continue. Okay. तो आपके पास, so I am giving you, one is red flower which is homozygous red and this red is dominant, and second one is homozygous white flower which is recessive. Okay, so red is what, phenotypic, white is also phenotypic, correct? What will be the genotype? How will you represent this phenotypic character? Anyone? Can anyone answer? इसको हम कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, इसका जीनोटाइप क्या होगा? So genotype will be, as it is dominant, capital R, और यहाँ पर क्या होगा, small r, Okay.
Me myself, it's me.
Okay. Okay. So this one is parent. Okay. Now the gametes. So always I told you the gametes are haploid. So capital R, same way small r, okay. Now you cross them like this, capital R, small r, capital R, small r, capital R, small r, capital R, small r. Okay. So here what character will express? Can anyone in F1 generation?
Red flower.
Yes, very good, very good. Keep it up. Red, red. All will be red. All flower will be red. Okay, that is in percentage 100%. 100% red. Okay. Next, same way you select any two plants, and produce gametes, capital R smaller, capital R smaller. So these are the gametes. Now cross them to get the F2 generation, capital R, capital R, capital R smaller. Okay. Then capital R smaller, again smaller, smaller. Okay. So this one will give white color, this one will give red color, this one will also give red color, this one will also give red color. Okay. So what will be the ratio, phenotypic ratio? Phenotypic ratio क्या मिलेगा हमें? Phenotypic red. How many are red? Red कितना मिला हमें? 3 मिला. Good. और white कितना मिल रहा है हमें? White. Yes. 3:1. So ratio is 3:1. ठीक है. तो इसी तरह आते हैं जीनोटाइपिक रेशियो. जीनोटाइपिक रेशियो, जीन को देखना है यहाँ पर. हाउ मेनी आर कैपिटल आर, कैपिटल आर, कैपिटल आर, कैपिटल आर कितना है? कितना है? यस, गुड, 1 है. ओके. उसके बाद कैपिटल आर स्मॉल आर कितना है? 2 है. ओके. देन स्मॉल आर कितना है? 1. सो जीनोटाइपिक रेशियो इज 1:2:1. ओके. ओके. अब स्लाइड में आते हैं. दूसरा स्लाइड. सो ये मेंडल का पिक्चर है. मेंडल. सो ये डायग्राम में आपको देख रहे हैं. सो दिस इज द पिक्चर ऑफ फोटो ऑफ मेंडल एंड दीज आर द pea plant he selected.
This is the baby of a particular species. Can you help me find its parent? Is this the mother and father of the baby? No. What about these? Are these the parents? Not quite similar though. How about these? Yes, the baby bird looks exactly like these two individuals. What helped you identify the parents of this offspring? This is a baby bird and it looks like the mother and father bird. Just like the parents, it has two wings, similar eyes, the beak and even the body shape. These external characteristics enabled us to identify the baby as the offspring of these two individuals. It is just the way nature works. A baby looks just like its parents. This is called as the basic body design. However, a closer look would make you realize that the baby shares a few distinct characteristics with that of the mother while a few of the father. This usually happens in sexual reproduction when there are two parents involved in reproduction.
ओके तो ये पूरा चैप्टर का माइंड मैप है. ओके सो व्हाट आर द इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स दैट वी हैव टू लर्न. ऑलरेडी वी हैव डिस्कस व्हाट इज वेरिएशन, इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ वेरिएशन. वी हैव डिस्कस heredity, what is heredity, transmission of traits from the parent to their offspring. Now traits or the characters. The characters or the traits may be of two types, inherited traits or acquired traits. Now what is the difference between these two? Inherited traits or characters, that means those characters transmitted from parents to their offspring generation after generation are known as inherited traits. मतलब जो कैरेक्टर हमें माँ बाप से जनरेशन आफ्टर जनरेशन मिलते हैं, हासिल करते हैं, that character will be called as inherited traits. Acquired character, जो कैरेक्टर हम अपने लाइफ टाइम में अचीव करते हैं. Okay, that means the characteristics developed during the lifetime of an individual are known as acquired character. और ये जो acquired character है, these are not transferred to the next generation. जैसे मान लीजिए आपने आज कंप्यूटर सीखे हो, so that is a acquired character. You can speak in English, you can speak in Hindi, that language you have learned. That character, that language you have learned in your lifetime. Okay, so that language will be not transferred to the next generation, that means to your children. Okay, such type of character will be called as acquired character. ठीक है, तो acquired character next generation में ट्रांसफर नहीं होते हैं और inherited characters next generation में ट्रांसफर होते रहते हैं. So Mendel performed two crosses. One is monohybrid cross. So this is the monohybrid cross. Already we have explained. So this is called dihybrid cross. Okay. Now we will discuss about dihybrid cross. So in your book, this diagram is available where two flowers, one is purple, one is white color. In F1 generation, what he got? All flowers are purple color because purple is the dominant. In F2 generation, what he got? That is 3 plants having purple flower and one is having white flower. So ratio of monohybrid cross is 3:1. Okay. Now let's see. Another cross that is given in your book is dihybrid cross. Okay. Now let's see what is dihybrid cross. तो फ्रॉम सीबीएसई पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू डाईहाइब्रिड क्रॉस के ऊपर क्वेश्चन खूब कम ही पूछा जाता है बिकॉज ये थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है. जनरली क्लास 12 के लिए ये डाईहाइब्रिड क्रॉस इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. ओके, फिर भी वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट दिस. लेट्स से व्हाट इज डाईहाइब्रिड क्रॉस. ओके, so dihybrid, di means what? Two, दो character, two characters we have to consider. Okay, dihybrid cross. ध्यान से देखिए, di means two, so two characters he consider. So यहाँ पर ले लेते हैं दो कैरेक्टर, that is the color of seed and shape of seed. Shape of seed. And what are the contrasting trait of color of seed? One is yellow
Green.
and one is green. Good. And what is the contrasting trait of shape of the seed? One is round.
Wrinkle.
Yes. Wrinkle. Okay. So this is what? Phenotype or genotype? I am showing what? What I have written?
Phenotype.
Yes, this is phenotype. Phenotype. Now this yellow round is dominant and this green wrinkle is recessive. So how will you show this phenotype character in genetic level? That is capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. So here it will be what? Small y, small y, small r, small r. Okay. So this is what? Parent. This is parent. So diploid. This is parent. Consider it as a male parent. Okay. Consider it as a female parent. Okay. So this is parent generation. Parent. Now always in reproduction the gametes will take part. Okay. Gametes will take part. So this is one allele pair, this is another pair, and at the time of gamete formation what will happen? This allele pair, these two genes get separated. One will go here and another will go here. Same way you have to break, you have to separate these two pair. Okay, like this. So these are the two gametes. Same way here small y, small r, another one will be small y, small r. Okay. Now you cross them, So what will be the result in F1 generation? Capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. Again you cross them. Okay. Capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. So this is F1 generation. Okay. So in this way you can go for this gamete also. So I am not showing here. Okay. Now you tell me. So in F1 generation, this is the genotype, genetic constituent. Okay. So what will be the phenotype in F1? What character will express in F1? Anyone?
Yellow.
Yes.
Yellow and round.
Yes, very good, very good. Yellow and round character will express in F1. That means all 100%, okay, having yellow and round seed. Okay. Same way we have to do the F2 generation also. So after here I am not going to show the F2 generation. As I told you earlier, this cross is not too important from CBSE point of view, but you have to remember the ratio of F2 generation. Simply you remember this ratio. The ratio of F2 generation is 9:3:3:1. Okay. But in okay. Is it clear? Or you want F2 generation? How this F2 generation is obtained? You need or you don't? You want to know it? ओके. तो केवल आपको इतना याद रखिए डाइहाइब्रिड क्रॉस का रेशियो क्या है. ओके. तो बाकी सब सेम ही है, उसको भी हम निकाल सकते हैं. मैं दिखा देता हूँ एक बार. ओके. मान लीजिए, लेट्स सी, फिर भी एक बार दिखा देता हूँ आपको, सो दैट यू कैन ट्राई, बिकॉज वी हैव no more time with us. One more topic is left. Okay. So let's say F1 जनरेशन में हमें कैसा मिला था? F1 जनरेशन में हमें मिला था कैपिटल R स्मॉल r कैपिटल Y स्मॉल y। ठीक है, यहाँ भी लिख लेते हैं, ऐसा था। अभी इससे हमें गैमेट बनाना है, तो यहाँ से जब गैमेट बनेगा इस एलील पेयर को आपको तोड़ना है। ठीक है, one capital R will go here, another capital R will go here, one capital Y will come here and small y will come here. But okay, besides these two type of gamete, two more new combination of gametes develop. One is capital R small y and another one is small r capital Y. तो यहाँ से how many types of gametes you are getting here right now? You are getting 4 different types of gametes. Okay, so here also you will get 4 different types of gamete. Okay, कैसे ये 4 types of gamete अभी नहीं सही है, क्लास 12 में आप जानोगे। ओके, फिर इसको क्रॉस करना है इसके साथ। ओके, तो एंड at last at the end of F2 you will get 9:3:3:1 रेशियो। ओके, 9 क्या रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है? राउंड येलो, ओके, राउंड ग्रीन, ओके, एंड रिंकल येलो, okay, and this one is what? Last one is representing what? Wrinkle green. So this is the ratio of F2 generation. दोबारा स्लाइड में आते हैं। ये देखिए, सो यहाँ पर ये देखिए parent generation, these are the gametes, F1 generation, okay. So these are the 4 gametes. Already I have shown you from the F1 he got 4 types of gamete, and how these 4 types of gamete develop or arise due to exchange of genetic material, okay, but that part is not important for you right now. So 4 types of gamete बना, फिर इसको इसके साथ क्रॉस करना है, इसको इसके साथ क्रॉस करना है, इसको इसके साथ क्रॉस करेंगे। तो इस तरह से क्रॉस करने से हमें ये रिजल्ट मिलेगा। ओके, सो दिस रेशियो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, दिस रेशियो इज इंपॉर्टेंट। ओके, ओके, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। ओके, सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन इन ह्यूमन। ओके, इसको भी हम जानते हैं बढ़िया से, ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। So this one is very much important. Okay, let's see. Sex determination in human. So sex determination in human में हम जानेंगे, पहले जानना है आपको in human being how many chromosome present? Can anyone answer? What is the total number of chromosome in human being? Can anyone answer? What is the total number of chromosome in human being? Can anyone? What is the total number? Total number of chromosome in human being?
23 pairs.
Yes, I am asking total number. Total number. So total
46.
number is 46. Now see this one. I am asking total number of chromosome is 46. If I ask you how many pairs of chromosome in human being? 10. So how many pairs? 23 pairs. 23 pairs. Okay, that means 23 from father and another 23 will comes from mother. So total is what? 46. Okay, good. I hope this part is clear. If total number is asked, If total number is asked, then what will you write? 46. How many pair of
46.
chromosome? 23 pairs. Okay. Now out of this 46 chromosome, 44 chromosome are called body chromosome. Body chromosome. Body chromosome. And remaining 2 chromosomes will be called as what? Sex chromosome. Good. Sex chromosome. Okay. Is it clear up to this point? Now if I ask you in pair, now come to this pair. Okay. How many pairs of chromosome are body chromosome and how many pairs are in? 22. Good. 22 pairs will be called as body chromosome, and one pair will be sex chromosome. Okay. It's clear. Is this part is clear to all? No doubt here. Okay. Now this, why these are called body chromosome? Because they control the body characteristics which are common to both male and female, and they will control the sex character which are not common to male and female. Okay, ठीक है? Okay. Now let's see किस तरह से हम सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन करेंगे. सो सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन करना है. सो सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन करने के लिए इन ह्यूमन बीइंग में व्हाट टाइप ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन विल टेक्स प्लेस? कैन एनीवन आंसर? In human being, what type of reproduction?
Sexual reproduction.
Yes, very good.
Sexual reproduction.
Very good. You know everything. Very good. Keep it up. So, in human being, sexual reproduction will take place. Sexual reproduction. Okay. So, one is father, that is male, and here is the female, mother. Okay. Now already I told you so many times, from our parents, okay, only the gametes will take part. Gametes. So male will produce the male gametes. Can you tell the male gametes? Male gametes are known as sperms. Yes, very good. Sperms. And female gametes are known as ovum. Very good. Or you can call it as egg also. So these are gametes. Okay. This one is what? This is organism. That means they are in diploid condition. 46 number of chromosome is here. Okay. So here also 46 number of chromosome. So as these are gametes, what will be the chromosome number in the gametes? Half.
23.
That is 23. So here also the number of chromosome will be 23. Okay, 23. So out of 23, that means in case of male, okay, I am showing this one like this. Suppose this can be represented like this: 44 body chromosome plus X, Y. What are the sex chromosome of male? X and Y. Here also you can write 44 plus XX. What are the sex chromosome of female? XX. Now in the gametes, okay, what will be the chromosome here? In the sperm, it will produce two types of gamete. One will having 22 plus X, Another one will be 22 plus Y. This is one type of gamete and this is another type of gamete. But in case of female gamete, it will be of only one type, only of one type. So यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है, how many types of sperms produced by the father? How many types of sperms? 2 types. Okay, some sperms containing X chromosome and some sperms contain Y chromosome. But in case of ovum, only one type of ovum produced by the female. Okay, 22 plus X, only one type. Now you fertilize them. Okay, sperm fuse with ovum. What will be the result? That is 22 plus 22, that is 44 plus X. Okay, then again sperm fertilized with ovum, that is 44 plus X. Okay, here the sperm fertilized with the ovum. What will be the result? 44 plus XY. Okay, and next 44 plus XY. Okay, XY. So this will produce, okay, this is the genotype. What will be the phenotype? It will be what? What will be the phenotype here? Female or girls. They will be female or girl. Okay, and here it will be boy. Okay, so percentage, what percentage? Percentage will be what? 25%. Okay, then sorry, 50%, sorry, it will be 50%. Here also 50%. Okay, is it clear? So this is how sex is determined in case of human. Now here one important point, which chromosome determine the sex here? Whether it will be male or female, which chromosome determine the sex in human? Y chromosome. Y chromosome determine the sex in human. Okay, and this Y chromosome present in male, that means in father. So father is responsible for determining the sex in human being, not the mother. So sometimes the question may ask, always in our society we used to blame the mother, we used to blame the female for not producing the male side. But if you see biologically, father is responsible for producing the male side. Okay? Okay. Now let's see some questions. Okay. Tell me the answer quickly. First question, who can say? Let's see. The eggs-bearing sperms fertilize the egg. The resulting zygote has the following combination. Which one is correct here? कौन बोलेंगे आंसर? Yes, very good. Option A is correct. Wait. Let me take out the pen. Okay, so option A is correct here. Then second one, which one will be correct here? Which option? Yes, very good. Answer C. Okay, next question. Next. Yes. Here which one will be correct? Zygote. A zygote has an X chromosome inherited from the father. Yes. Who can give the answer? A. Is it A? Yes. A is correct here. Okay. Correct answer is A. Then next question. Next question. What is the genotypic ratio? Genotypic ratio of monohybrid cross in F2 generation. Option D. D is correct. Okay. Genotypic ratio is okay in F2 generation. Then next question. What is the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation in dihybrid cross? What is the phenotypic ratio here? Which option is correct? What is the phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross? Yes, very good. B. It's B. Okay, next question. Mendel cross a pure tall pea plant, capital T, capital, with pure short pea plant. Okay, and obtain all tall plant in F1 generation. What is the gene combination present in the plant of F1 generation? What is the gene combination, genetic constituent of F1 generation? Gene combination, whether it is capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, or small t, small t. Yes, anyone in F1 generation, what he got? Huh? It is capital T, small t. Okay, capital T, small t. Give reason why only tall plants observed in F1 generation. Why in F1 generation only tall plant appear? Because the dominant character expressed. Dominant character. Okay, so dominant character is expressed here. So D. Okay, dominant character get expressed. What will be the ratio of the plant obtained in F2 generation when F1 plants are self-pollinated? What is the ratio? What ratio you have to write in F2 generation he got? Anyone?
3:1.
Yes, 3:1 ratio. 3:1. Yes, very good. 3:1. Next question. In human being, the sex of a newborn child depend on the father, not on mother. Okay? What will you write here? Justify this statement. Because the boy child, okay, in human being, the sex of a newborn child depend on the father, not on mother. Okay? Because the Y chromosome comes from the father, not from the mother. Okay? So, Y chromosome determine the sex in human being. Okay, very
Because the Y chromosome only carries from fathers.
yes, good. Then let's see. Name the two types of gamete produced by the man. What are the two types of gamete? One gamete having the Y chromosome and another gamete having X chromosome. Okay? So does male child inherit X chromosome from his father? Yes or no? Can anyone? X chromosome father से मेल में आते हैं? Yes or no?
No.
No. Answer will be no. Okay. How many? Next question C. How many types of gamete are produced by human female? Yes. Very good. One type. Only one type. Next question. Difference between acquired and inherited traits. Already I told you acquired traits. Okay, that means developed in the lifetime of an organism, and inherited traits come from the parents, and it will pass on next generation to generation. Okay, then almost we are okay. So variation. Already we have discussed. I am not going to take this question. Now come to the assertion and reasoning. These are the two last questions, assertion and reasoning. Who can answer? Let's see. Yes, hurry up. Yes.
Parents.
Assertion, gene inherited from the parent decide the sex. This statement is correct?
Statement correct.
Yes, statement is correct. Now come to this statement. X chromosome in a male side is inherited from his father. Is this statement is correct? False. False. That is, assertion is true and reason is false. Okay? False. Okay. Next reason. Next question. Assertion is what? Each human trait is influenced by both parental and maternal DNA. This statement is correct or false? Yes. Okay. Because this parental or maternal DNA influence our traits. So this statement is correct. Okay. What about this reason? Is this statement is correct? No, because both the parents contribute equal amount of genetic material. Okay. Yes. Assertion is right and reason is false. Very good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, for your cooperation and have a nice day. Okay, bye bye.
What is it?
थोड़ा वो लेट होना पूरा फिर भी जाना नहीं होता